Welcome back to Keep On Collecting. This is a new segment where I delve into the vintage collection, toys and toy lines that have never really seen too much airtime on our channel. So sit back and enjoy, and let me pull something off the shelf. Love, exciting and new, come aboard, we're expecting you. Well, welcome back to Keep On Collecting, where Captain Matt cannot sing to save his life. However, today I do want to show off my Love Boat figures, which were released by Mego back in 1982 and have spent the best part of 20 plus years in my collection. The Love Boat show was a TV series that I used to love. I used to watch with my mum and dad, sometimes my brothers. It ran from 1977 to 1986. There was 245 episodes produced over those 9 seasons. It had 3 pilots and also 4 specials after the show finished. And it was produced by the very famous Aaron Spelling. The show was set on the cruise ship Pacific Princess, and the series revolved around the ship's captain, Captain Stubing, and a handful of his crew. So the passengers each week, they were guest actors. Sometimes there was romantic episodes, dramatic episodes, humorous episodes. I think what I loved about the Love Boat was that it had the classic film stars would come back, say anywhere from the 30s through to the 80s. And actors such as Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, Adam West, Julie Newmar, Mickey Rooney, Eddie Albert, Ernest Borgnine. The classic stars kept coming. And not only that, it allowed up-and-coming actors to show off their skills. Actors like Tom Hanks, Michael J. Fox, Jamie Lee Curtis, Terry Hatcher. There was also Billy Crystal. There was the Hoff. And of course, there's even a guest spot from Hulk Hogan. All right, so let's get into looking at the Love Boat figures. All right, so the first figure is going to be Julie. Now, a lot of these figures have been in this protective star case for most of the time they've been in the collection. So let's have a look at this artwork on the front. It looks like it's a drawing or an artist rendition of the crew. So some good likenesses there in relation to the drawings. And on the back, we just have basically sketches of the 6 figures. I guess this would have been done to save some money, keep the cost down. Let's look at Julie up close. I would have to say that figure looks nothing like the character Julie there. I don't think Mego did a great job on the female character sculpts. You'll find that Vicky is very similar. She's got a nice blue coat and the skirt is actual cloth. Not sure if that comes through. So that's impressive. So overall not a bad little figure, except for the head sculpt. Alright, the second figure I have is Vicky, Captain Stubing's daughter. This doesn't look like a great sculpt from for Vicky here, does it? No. Once again, just a little blue jacket. It's quite a short figure compared to, say, Julie. Yes, she's a child. Captain Stubing's daughter. Alright, the third figure I have here is Gopher, the ship's purser. Now, the likeness for Gopher here, I feel, is much better than some of the other characters. In a very formal white jacket and bow tie. As you can notice, some of these bubbles, although away from light, are still yellowing just due to the age. Alright, the fourth figure I have is Doc. And yeah, good on Toys R Us. They put the price tag right over his name, but yes, this is Doc, the ship's medical officer. It's not too bad. I like this there for Doc. I'm really impressed with the cards, just how the bubble is still staying quite well attached to this card. The fifth figure, the Captain Stubing. Ooh, they've placed that price tag again over the name. I've just forgot to mention that with Captain Stubing, you can see he's got a hat accessory down there. So did Doc and Gopher. I think that's not a bad likeness to Gavin McLeod. That smile. Alright, and the final figure for this line is Isaac, the barman, in his red jacket, looking very swish, and my favourite. As you can see, the bubble is quite yellowed. I'm usually a loose collector. However, I did get these figures 20 years ago when I probably had more space, and I've never removed them from the card. There was also a cruise ship released. I think it was mainly in Canada from what I've seen, researching the Love Boat figures. And here it is in person, the Love Boat playset at Lobo's. Oh, for sale. We don't know how much for, but look at this. This is it in person. Let me just touch it. Oh, sweet. We've got a TV guide here. And Julie. Look at that. So there it is. And if Brian, if you're watching this, there it is. I think these were mainly pushed to the boys' toy line. There's a little bit of conjecture on why Mego didn't create fashion dolls and promote it towards more the young girls, especially with Julie and Vicky. However, I think due to the popularity of 3 3/4 figures at the time, they've decided to go with the 3 3/4 size and push it towards boys. And in watching Brian from Brick Mantooth, he suggested that they were at this size because due to the Mattel with their Glamour Girls size. Mattel Glamour Girls were also around the 1982 mark, and they were doing great guns for Mattel with 3 3/4. They had like some cars, and yes, there was a boat. So very similar to the Love Boat. And I think Brian was right in suggesting that this is what Mego were going after. They had seen the popularity of the Glamour Girls, and they were trying to recreate something like that for 1982. Well, that's it. These are the 6 figures I have for the Love Boat. I thought I'd get them off the shelf and in front of the camera for everybody to enjoy. It's a bit of a unique line. I remember watching the Love Boat as a kid in the late 70s and through into the 80s. I don't think these arrived on Australian shores in toy shops. I certainly didn't see them. Else there was probably a small possibility we may have purchased some. Anyway, hope you are all safe out there. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Get into your toy rooms. And we'll see you next time on the next episode of Keep On Collecting. See you later, everybody. Bye.